It had been the worst shift of Tony's decade as a taxi driver. 14 hours behind the wheel and barely enough fares to cover gas. The midnight rain wasn't helping either, washing away any chance of last-minute customers. He was about to call it quits when he spotted her. A slender figure standing alone at a deserted bus stop, one arm extended. Her long black hair hung limp in the downpour, framing a pale face. As he pulled closer, he noticed her clothes. A high-collared dress with buttons down the front, the kind his grandmother wore in photos from the 1950s. Tony rolled down his window. Need a ride? She nodded silently and slipped into the back seat. Water dripped from her clothes, but somehow she didn't look wet. "Where to?" Tony asked, meeting her eyes in the rearview mirror. They were dark, unblinking. "I'll tell you the directions," she said, her voice soft and oddly formal. "Take the highway north." Something felt off, but a fare was a fare. Tony pulled away from the curb. The city lights gradually faded as they drove north, the woman occasionally murmuring directions that took them deeper into unfamiliar territory. After 40 minutes, they were on a narrow road winding through dense forest. "Turn right at the fork ahead," she whispered. Tony glanced in the rearview mirror to acknowledge her instruction and froze. The back seat was empty. His hands gripped the wheel so hard his knuckles turned white. His eyes darted between the road and the mirror. Nobody there. A cold sweat broke out across his forehead as he slammed on the brakes. The taxi screeched to a halt inches from the edge of a sheer cliff that hadn't been visible in the darkness. Beyond the headlights, there was nothing but a 100-foot drop. Tony released a shaky breath. Jesus, that was close. Then he felt a cold breath on the back of his neck. A head emerged from the shadows behind his seat, lips brushing against his ear as she whispered, "You weren't supposed to stop."